Welcome to the Second Win Boxing. It's your boy Caesar Fantastic. I'm chilling with
Rashid
Steve,
Ham is in the building.
and we got a special guest, Mr. Vicious Victor Williams. Mr. Williams, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, man. I can't complain. I'm living the dream.
Hey, man, I get it. I get it. So you got a fight coming up this weekend, August 6th. What you think about it? What you think of your opponent?
I'm excited, man. I'm itching to get into the ring. My opponent, he's an opponent. It don't make me no difference. He's got more ring experience than I do, but I'm just ready to bring some pain. It's been a minute since I've been in the ring for real. So like I said, I'm just itching to get back in the ring.
Yeah, I understand. Okay. Let's get into like some of your background. I see Ivy League educated, former college football player. What drove you to boxing after, scholastics and football? Like what drove you to want to box?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. I ran track in college too, so I've always been an athlete. And when I finished playing college football, I was really just looking for a way to stay in shape, in a way that didn't involve lifting as much heavy weight.
Yeah.
And I just stumbled into a boxing gym. One of my coworkers, he played football with me. He knew that my first sport was karate. I started that at the age of 6. I got my black belt when I was 12, and I always kind of knew I would come back to some form of martial arts when I finished, football, which was my passion at the time. And I was working in corporate America, and my man was like, "Yo, this UFC gym is right down the street. You trying to go?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's a bet." So we walk in the gym, take it like a general. And it was just a UFC boxing gym, so not a real like technical boxing gym.
Mm-hmm.
And we take a boxing conditioning class. And the instructor comes up to me after. He's like, "Yo, like, you ever boxed before?" I'm like, Nah. He's like, "So it's your first time like throwing a punch?" I'm like, "I mean, I did some stuff when I was a kid, but nah." He's like, "What? I think you could be pretty good. You should talk to our technical boxing instructor, Terrence Wood, who's my coach now." And I talked to him, and he was like, "All right, come back tomorrow." And I came back the following day, and I came back the following day, and I came back like 6 days straight.
Oh man.
He was like, "Yo, you want to compete?" I'm like, "Sure, why not?" And that was just kind of the start of it. So I think that was December of 2016. I did the Golden Gloves that February, and I made it to the semifinals, and lost a split decision. But yeah, like I've always been a competitor at heart. I love to compete. I love to win, and that kind of it scratched that itch that I was missing from collegiate athletics.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So coming from like the football aspect of it, right? Because I remember locally a few years ago, LeVar Arrington, he hosted afternoon drives here in the afternoon, and he was speaking on his thinking. He's speaking on like competitive, like combat sports and whatever. I think he was talking more MMA, but he said it was like just mainly like combat sports, saying he can get in the ring with like, a few months training on a certain, thing, and his athleticism will help him to, I mean, not really like dominate people, but be able to, survive or whatever in the ring. Do you agree with that, or do you think it's more to it than that?
I think it's a lot more to it than that, and I think it depends on your level of athleticism. I think it depends on how fast you learn, and how fast one learns is like largely depending on how many sports they play. Like what is your level of overall exposure? Like if you just played football your whole life and you never played basketball, you never wrestled, you never did a little this, a little bit of that, like it's gonna be hard for you to just step into a new sport and understand like different movement mechanics, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me, I played 7 sports over the course of my lifetime,
Oh, wow.
So I've done a little bit of everything. And like when I was a kid doing karate, I traveled around in tournaments and you know what I'm saying, like, fought and stuff like that. And I wrestled, and I was a state placer in middle school in wrestling. So I had experience having to lose weight and, you know what I'm saying, spit in the cup and, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But that being said, it depends on the level that you're stepping into, because like when I first stepped into boxing, man, I was stiff as hell. I was very move like a football player,
Yeah.
So, and my body was built like a football player. So you know what I'm saying, a boxer's body, even if you start to get into boxing, you got a little bit of athleticism, like it takes time,
Yeah.
it takes time. So I think it depends on the individual. But I think boxing is the sweet science, and they call it that for a reason.
Okay. Do you tend to keep up with other former football players who box? Like, you see Frank Gore boxing now. Le'Veon Bell says he's not playing this year because he's going to focus on boxing. Gerald Washington, he came over from it. Do you, let's just look into their careers and see what they're doing and see? Not at all. I can't.
I don't care about what they doing, bro. Like, to be honest with you, I don't watch a lot of TV. I just saw I'm a business owner. I'm in my gym right now. Like, I don't have time to watch TV. The only thing I do is, I box. I teach people how to box. I'm in the gym, strength and conditioning, and I film study. I watch boxing. So, I'm not consuming popular culture. Maybe I could do that a little bit more to be more well-rounded, but I'm really dialed in on my craft. You know what I'm saying? So, like the extent of the TV that I watch is film study, or when I'm winding down with my partner, my girlfriend, to go to bed. That's it.
Okay, yeah, I got you. What's your favorite attribute of your fighting style? Like, what is it that you do in the ring that you think is what defines you as a fighter?
I think my tenacity and my heart, just my willingness to take it there. A lot of people won't take it there. When it going gets rough, and it inevitably will get rough. Like how bad do you want it? So, while I can say, I feel like I've developed a lot of skills and a little bit of this, a little bit of that, I try to be as well-rounded of a fighter as possible. But when it comes down to it, like, you're gonna get hit, you're gonna get punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
How do you respond? And if you shy away from it, then, you probably gonna get put out of there at some point.
All right. And I get to the fight week. What does a typical fight week consist of for Victor Williams?
I think a lot of the same, man. Like, I usually work out twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day, so, and I'm a business owner. Like I said, I run my own gym. So, I wake up in the morning, 5 a.m. If I'm helping my coaches out that morning, get to the gym, be in my atmosphere, be in the atmosphere that I love to be in, train, maybe go for a jog, shadow box, get in my zone, come back to the house, eat some food. I'm also a certified nutritionist. So, I'll probably have calls with, some of my members and check in with them, see how they're doing. Back to the gym. I got classes in the evening, so I might help out my other trainer. Depends on, how many people are in the class, and then I'm training at from 8 to 9. Yeah, but of course I'm tapering off, right? So, it's not a 90-minute boxing session at 8 p.m. You know what I'm saying? It's more like, all right, we come in, you warm up. How many rounds you fighting? You fighting 4? Okay, we got 4 rounds.
Let's go for it.
Right, and then shut it down, go home, get some sleep. And that's really it. So. Yeah, nothing fancy, nothing crazy. I ain't reinventing the wheel. I'm just kind of letting my body rest a little bit more, making sure my weight's on point. That's about it,
Okay. Yeah. And then fight night. What is the feelings that goes through you during fight night? Like from the moment you get there and you step in that ring and get that first punch to the face.
You know, usually I'm not the first one getting that first punch to the
No,
face,
I
but
know, I know, I know. I'm just saying.
you know, it's game time, it's party time, you know, it's wartime. It's just what we've been working for. It's just what I've been waiting for. This is what I've been grinding for, you know. So I'm excited, you know, I'm excited. You know, especially as we start to when we get into the facility, it's a whole lot of waiting, you know, it's a whole lot of
Mhm.
waiting. So I'm just listening to music, kind of flipping that switch, you know, like I'm always ready to take it there. So it's just a matter of uh of just turning it on. And
Okay.
and so yeah, you know, I've been antsy. You know, my last two fights fell through for a couple of different reasons, which has been frustrating. Um, so for me, it's just trying to stay relaxed, stay cerebral, stay intentional with where my energy is. Um, and then when it's time to go, have fun.
Right. Now, what is your intentions mainly like when you get in a fight? What's your intentions? Would you rather have a quick knockout? Would you have a rather dominant 12 round or 4 round performance where you just win every round and dominate your opponent? Or would you just have rather have a barn burner with both of y'all just throwing each other around the ring? you know? Which one would you say?
You know, it's well, every time you step in the ring, you know, you risking your life.
Hmm.
So as much as I can minimize that risk, you know, that's what I want to do.
Hmm.
So, you know, if but all that being said, like it don't matter. Like I will take a ugly win over a pretty loss. You know, so preference number one is to get him out of there. But
Hmm.
if that don't happen, you can't force it. You know what I'm saying? You try to force it, you start to be stiff, you loading up on everything, start to, you know what I'm saying, you wasting energy. So, you know, I take what's given to me, and if it looks like it's gonna have to go all 4 rounds, then, you know, I'm gonna outbox his ass. You know, if
Hmm.
if uh, if it don't look like he could take some body shots, or it don't look like he could take the power, then guess what? We're gonna apply some pressure, get him out of there sooner rather than later, because the longer you in the ring, the higher the risk is. Um, the last one is never really a preferable option for me. Like a
Yeah.
barn
Say no barn burners, right?
nah. You know, like that's never a preference for me. But
Yeah.
you know, if you know, if I'm in there with the ring with somebody who knows what they're doing, who has, you know, whatever similar to what I have, and we got to take it there, then I'm game.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into it. I know you said you own a business with Fresh Shape Fit.
Fight
Is
shape
that,
fit.
huh? You said, what
Fight
is it? Fight
fight shape
Shape
fit.
Fit. Okay. Fight Shape Fit. Tell us about it. What's going on with it?
Yeah. So it's a semi-private training facility. So we do a lot. Honestly, we do a lot. What we do mainly is a personalized strength training. We do boxing classes, holistic nutrition. You know, we're trying to bring. I started Fight Shape Fit to try to bring to the Black community. You know, this elevated premium level of service that looks at the whole person, you know, versus just get in the gym, or like, you know, or you know, a lot of people with nutrition say you have to eat this diet, you know, when that's not the case. You know, that the diet that's going to work the best is the one that works best for you and that you can
Hmm.
sustain over a long period of time. You know what I'm saying? And you know, not a lot of people understand that, you know, your diet and what's going to be most healthy for you is also based off of your blood work. So, you know, I work with people's physical therapists. I work with people's primary care physicians, and get that information, so you know that we can make sure that we're serving the whole person. You know, beyond that, you know, we do intro to youth boxing. We do competitive youth boxing. We have open gym hours. I mean, if you see, like, I just got my ring in today. I just been in this location
Okay.
for 4 months, so I got my ring in. I've been in the gym all day,
Okay.
putting the ring up,
Uh-huh.
so that we can, we've been having to travel to other people's gyms and spar, but I'm tired of
Hmm.
that. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, you know, we're really trying to bring, a little bit of everything, you know, in a way that's not just like go at it hard, but in a way that's like intelligent, in a way that's calculated, work smarter, not harder, and meet everybody where they are. I also do online training. You know, I have clients in, you know, San Diego, LA, Philadelphia, Oklahoma, over the country, where it's like, all right, you know, I could put together, you know, strength programming, and we can do nutrition stuff, and it don't matter what type of equipment that you have, because all you need is your body, you know. And
Yeah.
if you otherwise, you're making excuses, you know. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, you know, that's in a nutshell. You know, that's what we do.
Okay, that's cool. And where's this located?
We're located in Capitol Heights,
Okay.
Maryland.
Okay, cool. And you got anything you want?
Yeah, man. Keep doing what you're doing, brother, man. I'm also a certified trainer as well as a sports nutritionist also.
Nice.
And you keep doing what you're doing, brother, man. It's an honor to see, you know, saying young brothers doing their thing on that level. And you said some great things, like when you said you get the blood work, so you going all the way in with your clients, which is very appreciated within our community because it's necessary. Also, man, you with Jetta Promotions, man. Tony and I used to fight together in the amateurs, man. Back in, I took my father and my trainer, who's also my trainer, and my other trainer, took Tony to his first nationals with us. So, so we go way back, man, to the 90s.
Yeah, he always listening to him. I was talking to him earlier today, and he was like, yeah, he said the same thing you said, kind of like, yeah, I trained in the amateurs with Rashid. We go way back. I'm like,
way back. Yes, indeed, man. And I saw you fight a few times, man. You definitely got the skills to pay the bills, man. Continue doing what you're doing, man. And you got that, you know what I'm saying? Like Ray Leonard used to always talk about that it factor in terms of like you're able, how easily you are when you're talking on the cameras, you know, and just going for it, you know what I'm saying? If you were a fighter in the 90s, he would have tried to sign you to his management company. Trust and believe it, man. Trust and believe it, man. You remind me of a guy named Brian. It was a guy that used to fight with us back in the days, who was also like you, college educated, but was a fighter. And his name was Brian Crum, and Ray Leonard admired that, you know, because he knew he could sell it, you know. And that's a story. That's what boxing is. It's more to it than just punches and things of that nature. You also be able to sell your story, you know. So,
right.
So that's what I like about you, because me and Ray, me and Sean was talking about you all day today in terms of your story. You know, how you know, impactful, you know, how you can take that story and go transition from educator to fighter, or / scholar to fighter, you know what I'm saying? Which is a wonderful thing, man.
Yeah.
We look forward to seeing you this weekend, man.
Yeah, be there.
We'll be there for sure, man.
And to add on top of that, you know, like just, you know, to that story, you know, this is my, you know, I'm coming back off of cancer surgery. You know, I had,
wow.
Yeah, wow. Last year I learned that I had a rare form of non-malignant skin cancer in my leg.
Wow.
Yeah, so I had surgery. So I was supposed to fight. Well, I guess I was supposed to fight on in Philadelphia on a Jetta Promotions card at the 2300 Arena, and my opponent fell through. So I had an exhibition match with another undefeated boxer there, and I had the surgery. I had the surgery the Tuesday after.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was on May 16th.
That's my birthday. Wow.
Wow. Yeah. That's the day after my girl's birthday. So, you know what I'm saying? She ain't her birthday, you know. So
yeah.
I appreciate her supporting me. But you know, like I was out for 6 weeks, you know, so I started training, you know, toward the end of June. Yeah, so this is my comeback fight, you know, the fight.
Yeah. So where you from, man? Because when I interviewed my other partner on DC Boxing Legends, Ray Massey, had interviewed you, and you broke the name down where you was from. He didn't get it correctly. I want to make sure you get it correctly before I say it. You know?
I'm from a small town called Muskogee, Oklahoma.
Muskogee, yes, indeed. Okay. How far is that from Tulsa? Because I see when you call Tulsa shows up on the phone.
Yeah, that's about a 40-minute drive. 40
Okay,
minutes.
okay.
Right there. So
Yes, indeed.
yeah, man. Muskogee.
Muskogee. I got
Muskogee zone.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome, man. What was your major in college?
Engineering sciences.
Engineers. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yep.
what university did you actually go to? So those who want to know your story could know.
I went to Dartmouth College.
Okay.
Dartmouth College in Hanover, New Hampshire, up there in the north. In the cold.
Okay. Yes, indeed.
Negative 30 degrees. Oh,
yes,
my.
I'm sure, man. I'm sure it's freezing up there, man, all the time.
Yeah.
Snow party every other day.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and the winters is long. You know, summers up. It's, you know, don't get me wrong. It's a God's country. Like in the summer, like it's very beautiful, perfect weather.
Okay.
But yeah, the winters are long and hard, man. It's tough.
Okay, this is a question that I've been asking all fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Which fight card will be a bigger blockbuster? Spence, Crawford, Garcia versus Tank.
What do you mean bigger?
Like bigger in terms of pay-per-view sales,
box
as
office.
well as box office ticket sales, as well as pay-per-view sales. Which one would sell the most?
I'm gonna have to say Davis Garcia.
Okay.
You know, because I think Garcia. I think both of them have just like phenomenal marketing and PR teams, and I think Garcia. I mean, he's got like what, I don't know, 5 million followers on Instagram. He's got the YouTube crap going on. You know, like that's a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, that's a lot of people. Which one do I think is going to be a better fight? Oh, that's easy. You know, I think
exactly.
You know, that's
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But like in terms of like raw numbers, I think they'll both really do well. But you know, I think Garcia has a little bit more of like the like real boxing follow. You know what I'm saying? Like the people outside of like the people who really appreciate boxing.
Right.
You know, I think he's got a little bit more of that.
Well, you answered basically so far. We're 3-0 for all the fighters. Said the same thing.
Yeah.
Now, I know that you're a nutritionist as well. And
Yes,
back in the days when we were fighting, what do you think is best for a fighter day of fight? Would you consider carbohydrates the number one thing to go to fight night, or you think protein would be the number one? What would you choose?
Oh, carbohydrate for sure. I mean, if you look at it scientifically, like our bodies literally convert carbohydrate into fuel, into energy faster than any other source. So, you know, the most important thing is that, you know, you get your metabolism up and running, especially if you've been losing a lot of weight, like you've been excreting a lot of water, you're really dehydrated. Obviously, that's common knowledge. But like, if you don't rehydrate in the right way, or you eat too much food too fast, or you drink fluids too fast, like, or whatever, if you eat too much food versus drinking too much water, like your metabolism is slowed down. You know what I'm saying? Your body is not digesting as normally as it would. So if you go into it too aggressively, I had to learn this the hard way. You know what I'm saying? You might not have the energy there, or you might get like right before the fight and get like, man, I gotta go to the
right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know,
been there, done it. Yes, indeed.
Uncomfortable. So, you know, it's definitely carbohydrate, but it's also like how you consume that and how you kickstart your metabolism again, so that your system can actually handle what you're putting into it.
That's awesome, man. Either way, man, you're an asset to the sport, man, because
appreciate that.
My father back in the 90s was one of the first ones preaching that in terms of carbohydrates. The older guys were telling guys to stack, add protein. But protein is useless. We're not trying to rebuild now. We passed that stage,
Right.
And it was in those older guys didn't understand. Older trainers, I'm speaking of, didn't understand the importance of carbohydrates fight night. So he was ahead of the game. He's no longer here. My father passed away in 2012, but he was definitely ahead of the game on that. When he was having us carb up, like he used to say, carb up fight night. So
Yeah. R.I.P.
Hey,
man.
brother, man. It's an honor, man, to have you on here. We appreciate you, man. we look forward. Fight night, I know you're going to do great, man. We're going to interview also at the weigh-ins as well as the fight, the post-fight, because I'm not going to bother you, pre-fight, because I don't want you to stay focused, locked in, man. So we'll get a hold of you after the fight, and then we'll talk about how well, whether it goes 4-10. What are you doing? It's 4-6.
It's just 4.
Okay, well, whether you go 4 or first round knockout, either way, we definitely gonna come interview you because we know you're gonna get the job done, man.
Oh yeah, that's a bet. I appreciate y'all, man.
Most definitely, brother, man. So we'll see you fight night, man. We'll look out for you, man. You'll see us with the cameras. Ladies and gentlemen, Victor Williams, man.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, let you shout out your Instagram and everything so people can follow you and
Right. Follow me on Instagram at The Boxing Guy. That's 2 G's, okay? Other than that, you can follow my gym page, Fight Shape Fit. Come train with us. See the work, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, be there. August 6th, we going live. It's going to be a great show. Tony Jetter has put together a great card, so I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be well worth the money. Show up. I'll show out.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But guess that's it, man. I'm going to put the card up and I'll be out. All right. Second win boxing, baby.
Peace and blessings.